Hello everyone! Are you wondering how to use printable transparency film? When I used it for the first time, I had questions and I wasn't really sure what to expect. So I wanted to share some quick tips and tricks that might help you. Printable transparency film is a clear sheet of plastic that is the size of a standard piece of copy paper. It can be used with a printer to print items for craft projects, screen printing, or overhead projectors. Transparency film can be purchased at office stores. It can also be purchased on Amazon. There are many brands to choose from. Search for printable transparency film for laser printers or printable transparency film for inkjet printers, depending on the type of printer you are using. I am using an inkjet printer, and so I chose to try the Koala brand inkjet transparency film. I'll add more information in the video description. I printed using the plain paper and normal print quality settings on my printer. These settings produce the right amount of ink for simple images with single lines. I did not test images that have large areas covered with ink. My transparency film packaging recommended wearing gloves to prevent fingerprints when working with the film. If you handle the film with oily fingers, then fingerprints are definitely noticeable. So I wear gloves while printing and while creating projects with the film. When inserting the transparency film into your printer, make sure that it will print on the correct side. Otherwise, the ink will smear and rub off of the film. Look to see if your transparency film brand has instructions to let you know the proper side to print on. The brand I used is rounded on the bottom right corner of the transparency sheet to show that the printable side is facing up. Next, you need to determine how to put the transparency sheet in your printer so that it will print on the correct side. For some printers, this means placing the transparency film into the printer drawer with the right side of the paper up, and others you have to place it with the right side down. If you are unsure about how your printer works, try this trick. On a piece of printer paper, draw an arrow pointing to the top of the sheet and place the paper in your printer drawer or tray. Type the word test into a document and print a test page so you know which side of the paper your printer prints on and where the top of the page is. Follow the instructions to line your transparency film up correctly with the word test. For my transparency film, I will place the rounded corner at the bottom right. Hold the two pages together and turn your paper so that the arrow is on top and pointing up. Place the two sheets into your printer as you did for the test print. Remove the test sheet of paper and your transparency sheet will be properly set into your printer. For future prints, write some how to use notes on your test paper and store it with your transparency film to help you place it correctly in your printer next time. For your first print on the transparency film, try printing something small. If needed, go back and make adjustments to the print quality or film placement and do a test print again. If all is printing well, print your final design on the transparency film. To avoid smudging, always remove your printed film from the printer before printing on another page. Lay the pages out to dry before using or cutting them. If your transparency film came with paper sheets between the film, save the paper to use for stacking and storing your printed film. I found the transparency film surprisingly easy to work with and have so many ideas for craft projects that I want to use it for. So, visit my website to see the projects I make. What transparency film projects are you excited to make? Leave a comment at Ellipticolor. Have a great day, everyone!